Well, I should check my answers. But most of the students who took Spanish 101 at the university last minute attended every class session, right? So most students attended every class. So they went to every single one. Sound good? Okay. Then it says, each student who received a grade, now this is tricky by the way, pay attention to this very carefully. Lower than a B minus. What does that mean? Wait, what? C plus or lower. Don't get trapped into the B minus thing because it's lower than a B minus. Right? So C plus, everyone, all C plus or lower, skipped at least one, missed one, at least, right? At least one. But we don't need to get too much into the detail here. The important thing is that everyone, C plus or lower, missed at least one. So, can you, this is a must be true question, right? What can be properly inferred? Does anyone see the relationship between these two claims? Okay, so if most students attended everything, right? So you say, hey, here's all the students, and most of them attended every class, then we could think about it like this, right? Most of them attended every class, but these guys missed at least one, so they cannot be part of this group. Right? They have to be in this group right here. Now, it doesn't mean that everyone who missed one had a C plus or lower. That would be a false contrapositive. Right? That'd be going backwards here. But these people have to be in this group. So we have the C plus and lower people over here. Huh? Are we okay with that? All right. So let's go into the answers. What were we debating? D. At least one student who received a grade of a B minus or higher missed one or more class sessions. Well, it's possible that this group right here was entirely filled up by C plus or lower. Right? You're saying, hey, at least one of these none of these people was over here. It's possible that they all were down here and that the C plus or lower encapsulates this whole area. So that's why that's wrong. Did anyone see what's wrong with C? There's an easy way to get rid of C. Yeah.
This is the one that I initially thought I liked.
Okay,
until
okay.
I read another one.
Yep.
So higher than B minus.
Yes. What does it do?
Because it changes the conclusion essentially to include both. Yeah.
So there's not really a conclusion in this argument, so or a passage, yeah.
Yeah.
The
last sentence.
Yeah. So the last sentence dealt with
lower than B minus.
Lower than B minus, and
then
answer choice C.
Yeah, goes to higher than B minus, which could technically be inclusive.
Yeah, higher than B minus, it leaves out the B minus folks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, wait, then I have no idea what percentage of of everyone who's B minus or higher, what percentage of them are B minus?
Right. What
percentage of them are higher than B minus? Like, we just don't know anything about this particular group because the passage never talked about them. Does that make sense? Like, we have B minus, we have C plus or lower, and we have B minus or higher. Well, really, it's B or higher.
Right.
And answer choice B talks about this group, whereas the passage talked about this group, and so this group is completely left out in answer choice C, and so we just don't know even what to think about that. All right, any other answers that were tempting? E. Oh, yeah. More than half of the students receive a grade of B minus or higher. Yes, that has to be true because this group could not be over here at all. Right? C plus or lower because they missed one. So at least half of the students received a B minus or higher. But
And that's because most attended every?
that's because most attended every. And if you think about it this way, if you got a C plus or lower, right? Could you be a part of this group right here? No. So this group must be B minus or higher. So at least half of the students have a B minus or higher. Now maybe more of them do, like maybe some of these people have a B minus or higher, but these people have to have at least a B minus or higher. Because if they had a C plus or lower, then they would have missed and they would not be part of this group.
So when the first premise of like most of the students attended every class,
Yeah.
they're saying like most is like what, more than half?
Most is more than half.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
At that point, we
That
don't
could
know
be-
anything about their grades.
right, so that could be 51% attended every class, right?
Yes, 51% attended every class.
Right. So each student who received a grade lower than B minus missed at least one class,
Yes.
but that doesn't.
You're feeling like these sentences are disconnected?
Yeah, I'm missing something.
Well, so here's what the second sentence is saying, is that each, in other words, every
Wait,
student.
why is it every student who?
Oh, because each is every, and every is the same.
Okay.
So every student who got a grade lower than a B minus,
Mm-hmm.
so C plus or lower,
Right.
every one of those had to have missed at least one class.
But then, what about people who missed one class and got a better grade? How do we know for certain that that's the divide?
Well, let's just focus on the people who got a C plus or lower
Okay.
for a second, right? If you got a C plus or lower, what must be true?
You didn't attend every class.
You didn't attend every class. So could they be part of this majority?
No.
No. So they have to be up here,
Right.
right? So if C plus or lower has to be up here, could you have anyone with a C plus or lower down here?
No.
No.
No. So these people all have to be B minus or higher.
Right.
Because if any of them are C plus or lower, then they actually missed a class.
Okay. Yeah. So
That
I
is the
see
connection between those two claims.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, if you didn't miss at least one, then the contrapositive of this right here is if you didn't miss at least one, then that means you attended every. So if not this, then not that.
Right.
In other words, higher than C plus.
Gotcha.
Okay. Cool. Any other questions on this?
Can we
Yeah.
do 12 or
Sure, yeah.
11?